Hello students, today we are going to start supplementary third Ishwaran the Storyteller by R.K. Lakshman. The title of this chapter, Ishwaran the Storyteller, tells us that this story is about Ishwaran. He is called the storyteller because as storytelling is an art. He is good at it. Ishwaran uses special effects, does voice modulation, uses his body language to make the story realistic so that the listener, that is Mahendra, gets attracted and captivated in his story. The writer wants to highlight this quality of Ishwaran, that he was so good at telling stories that they appeared to be real. His stories were a source of entertainment for Mahendra. Mahendra narrated a story about his cook Ishwaran to Ganesh. Mahendra worked as a junior supervisor in a company which provided junior supervisors to various construction companies on rent. He got posted at different sites like factories, bridges, and dams which were under construction. Mahendra's work was to keep an eye on all the workers at the site. He had to change places often and worked at various places like a coal mine, railway bridge construction site, and construction site of a chemical plant. Bachelor means a person who is unmarried. Query means mine. An anecdote means a short, amusing, or interesting story about a real incident or person. As Mahendra was unmarried, he did not have a family. He was able to live in those temporary quarters provided at the construction sites. He adjusted well in the circuit houses, which did not provide the basic amenities or even the tents, which were temporary in nature. Mahendra had an advantage. He was accompanied by his cook Ishwaran. Ishwaran was very close to Mahendra and accompanied him everywhere. He did not complain about the tough conditions in which he had to live. He cooked for him, washed his clothes, and gave him company by talking to him at night. Ishwaran had a quality that he was good at telling stories, and he entertained Mahendra with his stories, which were based on different subjects. Desolate means empty. Conjure up means to gather or create with magic. Mahendra tells Ganesh that Ishwaran was a great cook. Whenever they shifted to a new location, he would gather all the vegetables and other ingredients required by him to cook in no time. As they lived at places which was no inhabited by many people in temporary shelters with roofs made of metallic sheets, it seemed as if he would do some magic and gather all the ingredients out of nowhere. Muttering means speaking in a low voice. Dozing off means falling asleep. Narrative flourishes means detailed descriptions. And enthrall means the state of being in someone's power. Mahendra would wake up early in the morning, get ready, and leave for work after eating his breakfast. He would carry his lunch along with him. After he left, Ishwaran would clean their living place, wash Mahendra's clothes, and have a nice bath. He would take many buckets of water and pour water on his head while mumbling a prayer. After he would eat his lunch and read his favorite book in Tamil language, Ishwaran would get carried away with the details and descriptions given in the books that he read. Then he would go off to sleep. Deserted means empty and enormous means huge. As Ishwaran read stories with detailed descriptions, he narrated them in the same way. Mahendra recollects that he would narrate even a small incident with a lot of suspense and surprise, which made it very interesting for the listener. Then he gave an example that instead of saying that he was walking down the highway and he came across a tree which had broken and had fallen on the road, Ishwaran would use his facial expression and bodily gestures to narrate it. He would say that the road was empty and he was all alone. This would create suspense in the listener's mind. Then he would say that all of a sudden he saw that a huge beast was lying across the road. As he walked ahead, his mind was telling him to turn and go back. As he reached closer, he saw that it was a tree that had fallen and was lying on the road. The branches of the tree had spread out and seemed as if it was a huge beast. Mahendra says that this talent of Ishwaran made the simple story very interesting and it captivated him. Although he knew that some of the stories were not true, but the way in which Ishwaran narrated them was so interesting that Mahendra would not say anything and listen to him quietly. Prologue means an introductory speech. Mahendra recollects another story told by Ishwaran. Ishwaran said that his native village was surrounded by a huge forest which was full of trees. The huge logs of timber were sold for commercial purposes. They were transported onto the vehicles by elephants. There were huge elephants, and if they became mad, they would not be able to tame them. This introductory session was followed by a detailed story involving an elephant. Tusker means an elephant. The story was narrated as follows. One day, an elephant escaped from the timber yard, roamed around the forest. It stepped on the bushes and crushed them, tore the creeper plants and broke branches of trees which came in its way. Ishwaran asked Mahendra whether he knew how a mad elephant behaved. In order to make his story more effective, Ishwaran stood up and jumped around the place, hitting his foot on the ground in order to copy the actions of the mad elephant. Outskirts means outer area. Helter-skelter means here and there. Panic means sudden fear causing unthinkable behavior. Grunted means made a loud sound. And depredations means attacks which are made to destroy something. As the elephant reached the outer boundary of their town, it broke the fences. The fences seemed as if they were like matchsticks for the huge elephant. The elephant reached the main road and broke all the stalls selling different things like fruits, mud pots, and clothes. The people were taken unaware and so they ran here and there. Then it broke the wall of a school and entered the ground where the students were playing. All the students ran back into their classrooms and closed the doors. The elephant made loud noises and roamed around in the school ground. It broke the goalpost in the football ground, tore the net that had been put up in the volleyball court, stepped on the water drum and broke it and tore many plants as well. The teachers had climbed onto the roof of the school building and watched helplessly as the elephant destroyed the school property. There was not even a single person to be seen around. All the streets of the town were empty as all the people were scared of the mad elephant. Wagged means hit noisily. At the time of the incident, Ishwaran was studying in one of the junior classes in the school. He was watching the elephant from the rooftop. Suddenly, he took the stick from one of the teachers and ran downstairs towards the school ground. The elephant made a loud noise when he saw a small boy approaching it. It lifted a branch of a tree in its trunk, hit its foot on the ground, which threw a lot of mud and dust in the air. The elephant was threatening Ishwaran, but the boy was not afraid of it. With the stick in his hand, he moved towards the elephant. Slowly, many people had climbed onto the rooftops of their houses and were watching the incident. They were standing still and were awestruck, waiting to see what happened next. So I hope students you would have understood the story till now. In my next video, I will continue this chapter. Thank you.